talk about the ACCESS-Hive user portal, but then Aidan will talk about the ACCESS-Hive forum. That's pretty good, no worries. All right, so hi everyone, I'm Davide. I will give you an overview about what we've been developing in the last couple of months at NRI with other people. And we picked up from what had already been done by Aidan and a few other people, so the old version of the ACCESS-Hive. And we thought, since we wanted the community to be able to find a documentation the easiest way possible, all collated in one single place, and that could also contribute to that documentation, and also at the NRI could be contributing to that documentation, both from both with things that we actually develop and we curate ourselves, and also with resources that community might find useful, but we don't necessarily develop at the ACCESS-NRI ourselves. So we decided to upgrade a bit the ACCESS-Hive. So here's what it looks like right now. And again, I'm going to give you this presentation by slides because, again, the Wi-Fi is not completely reliable, but please do check out the website even right now if you want. It should be accessible from any device. It's access-hive.org.au. I forgot to link the website there, but so there are, I would say, 4 main sections on the website. First section is the getting started, and this is for now has 2 subsections. First steps is for really beginners that need to have an NCI account, need to log into Guardian, know how to do that. Basically, everything that we had already probably already done, but that right at the beginning we have to do. And then for now there is how to get started on the Australian Research Environment area with 2 main ways that are useful for ACCESS related operations, so Jupyter Lab and VDI desktop. Then, yes, those were the first steps and the ARE. Then there are another section about climate modeling, so with an overview of our supported models, and both with the different model configurations that we support, and currently as ACCESS-CM, ACCESS-DSM, and ACCESS-OM, and all the model components that comprises those different configurations. And for each of those configurations, we'll give a guide on how to run those configurations. These are, I would say, more for basic users, but I'm pretty sure that intermediate level users can still find many useful information from that. More advanced users, probably at this time, it's probably a bit too basics. You can find some errors, maybe. Please flag them in case you find them. But we are going to add more and more content on that as well to be fruitful from more experienced user as well. Then this is where the how to run the different models. Then there is the data model evaluation section. This comprises all the tools regarding data and model evaluation. So, for example, if you're looking for observational data catalog, there is the NCI data catalog, and instead the model data catalog with the ACCESS-NRI take catalog. The model life diagnostics has recently been developed at the NRI as well, and some other evaluation tools that can be useful for ACCESS community. And then we have a section on several community resources that are not necessarily developed by the NRI themselves. I'm looking mostly about model evaluation links here, which are other resources useful. And here there are also subsections, for example, for this ACCESS community workshop, a link to the ACCESS-Hive forum, and other resources that can be very useful for the community. I want to talk a bit about 2 more things. One is how you can contribute to this, because it's really important that the community give contribution to ACCESS-Hive, and there are 2 main ways to do that. A very quick way, which is quick contribution. Basically, that will link directly to a GitHub issue. So the repo is on GitHub, and you can easily leave a comment in the form of GitHub issue. So suggest an idea, propose a bug, or suggest an addition of content, whatever you feel like suggesting. Please do that. It's very quick, and you could still make a really important contribution. Otherwise, if you want to, sorry about that, that was my timer, but I'm almost done. If you want to instead write your own content, there is a more extensive way to contribute, of course, and to basically follow the repo and raise a PR on GitHub. But there is a guide written by Jasmine, very extensive, so please check that out as well. And instead, if you need more help, there are some frequently asked questions. Otherwise, you will need to use the Hive forum, but I will pass the ball to Aidan to give you a talk about the ACCESS-Hive forum in more detail. All right? And then probably we'll have questions at the end.
Good afternoon. So I'm going to dive straight into collaboration. So the forum is about collaboration. So I think it's really useful for us to think about what collaboration means. I have to thank Helen, wherever Helen is, for the collaboration spectrum, introducing me to this. I think it's a really useful way to think about collaboration. I certainly got a lot out of it when I looked at it, because it's important that people understand and agree on the level of collaboration that they want. So obviously you don't want to be competing, but integration is perhaps too far. So yeah, so probably coordination or collaboration would be the area in which people in this community would be expecting to collaborate. So it's important to understand and align your expectations so that you don't get a mismatch, if you like. So what do we want to do? We want to move right on that collaboration spectrum. In general, some communities are already collaborating quite successfully, but many aren't. So many are still only at the sort of the level of communication facilitated by the forum. So we want to move to that right. So how do we do that? We need to share vision. We need trust, which might require a mindset change from the way you work. But proof of efficacy would help. So if you have positive feedback from the efforts that you make, you get some positive feedback, then you may continue to do that. So that's why we really need to try and be as positive as possible and contribute where we can to try and encourage everyone in the community to come along with us. You need the correct structures. So for example, working groups, the working group meetings, which we've started, shared resources, those will help with collaboration, and good tools. They're not essential, but they will get us there faster. So that's what the forum is about, is to facilitate collaboration. So the forum has a number of features. Some of those help a lot with collaboration, organization into categories and groups and tags, so you can find what you want and not find what you don't want. Topics that have rich embedding of code, pictures, YouTube videos, support wikis, and nice replies to get discussions going. We have notifications, so you can watch and mute categories, tags, and topics. We have this communication channels, so we have these announced topics, which are basically easily configurable mailing lists. Anyone can make an announced topic, and it works pretty well. We have excellent search. We also have different sorts of messaging, chat, private messaging, and group messaging for those things that you don't want to necessarily put in a topic because it's not that interesting, or that you just want to keep amongst a smaller group. But I would definitely, where possible, it should be public. And we have some various plugins for marking solutions and voting and things like that to make things better. So the forum is, another goal of the forum is to create a knowledge base for Australian climate modelling. Now, if it isn't obvious to you by now, it is obvious to me after sitting through some of these talks that the Australian climate community is very diverse, has a very large number of people doing a very diverse range of activities. There's no way the ACCESS-NRI can support you all. Sorry. Neither can CSIRO or the Bureau or any other single COE. It requires the community to support itself. In essence, if you want to scale, the community has to support itself. So you have to come to the forum, you have to ask questions, you have to answer questions. It's discoverable, and that leads to self-help. People can go there and find their own help. They don't rely on being told everything by employees of particular organizations. But it needs your input desperately. That's the way it'll succeed. So, as part of this, the ACCESS-NRI has just recently launched a support model, and that will be supported through the forum, and that is to reinforce these goals. So the support model is will improve our released products, the models, tools, and infrastructure, increase your productivity, build trust in ACCESS-NRI released products, and add to the existing repository of publicly discoverable knowledge. So we're going to do the support on the forum. It's going to be public, and that means that everyone can benefit from the answers that anyone individual asks. And that's how we're going to get scale.